You're still watching Politics HQ on News Central Television. Abba Yusuf, that's governor of Kano State, has formally crossed over to the All Progressives Congress, ending his tenure with the New Nigeria People's Party, also known as the NNPP. His decision, announced at the government house in Kano, comes against the backdrop of internal disputes within the NNPP and is framed as a move to strengthen unity and accelerate development in the state. The defection carries immediate political weight. Yusuf has been granted an automatic ticket to contest the 2027 governorship election under the APC, with party leaders and former rivals pledging their support. His shift also coincides with a wave of defection in the Kano State House of Assembly, signaling a broader realignment in the state's political landscape. At the heart of this development lies a question of governance and political strategy. Whether Yusuf's move consolidates stability in Kano or deepens the dominance of political structure over democratic competition. Now, as Kano repositions itself ahead of 2027, the implication of this defection stretch beyond political parties, touching on the balance of power, leadership, credibility, and the future of opposition in Nigeria's democracy. Well, let's take a listen to the defection ceremony that was held recently in Kano State by the governor.
This government remains inclusive, just and focused. No one is excluded, and no one is going to be excluded by the grace of Allah. No one is going to be abandoned. Our doors shall remain open, our hearts remain united, and our eyes remain family for the future of the good people of Kano State by the grace of Allah. History will not remember the noise of the moment. It will remember whether we had the courage to act when Kano people need steady leadership. I therefore wish to take this opportunity to extend my profound gratitude to the leaders of the APC for their sacrifice, for their solidarity, and courage in personally attending this historic moment. I specifically would want to notice the august presence of His Excellency, the former chairman, national chairman of our great party.
Abdul Dambatura is the president of the Arewa Youth Assembly for Good Leadership. He joins virtually from Abuja. It's great to have you this evening. Thank you for your time. Let me start my conversation with you on your take on this defection that we've seen by the governor of Kano State from the NNPP to the APC. Did this hit you by any surprise?
Thank you for having me, Mr. Depo. Seriously, when you come to Nigerian politics, most especially our governors, the governors we have today, what happened in Kano State, it did not come by surprise. Because if you see what is happening now, APC has almost 29 governors, including Rivers State, with some other states that just moved in. As I'm talking to you today, Plateau State just moved in. So, but let me emphasize, let me put my emphasis or my effort more on northern governors by starting with the Kano State governor. Like what I said earlier, what happened, it did not come to me by surprise, because the governors we have today, the leaders we have today, the politicians we have today, the interest of masses is not what they have in the heart. What they have in the heart is their own personal interest. So I think I listened to the speech of the governor. I now realize that whatsoever he said there is a waste, because those are the things he said, those are the kind of things he said during his campaign before the Kano State masses come up massively and voting. Those are the things he said during his campaign. And as it is today, What do we have in Kano? When they come to education, when they come to health, when they come to infrastructure, what do we have today? We have nothing.
I'm the only one.
When you take up a lot of things, zero. So what he said to me.
All right. At this, of course, you said quite a couple of things, but we'll go on our first break. When we return, I'll be bringing into the conversation the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Kano State, Mustafa Mohammed, to join us, once we return. Stay with us. We'll be right back. You're still watching Politics HQ on News Central Television, and of course we are looking at the recent defection of the governor of Kano State, who moved from the NNPP to the APC, and of course this has continued to elicit reaction. Well, joining the conversation right now is that the Chief Press Secretary to the governor. He joins virtually from Kano State, Mustafa Mohammed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let me start by asking you, your principal, while he was still with the NNPP, congratulations, by the way, on the defection from the NNPP to the APC. I believe that, of course, for you as a government and as a party, you had your reasons. But I would like to cast your mind back a bit. While your principal was still with the NNPP, he criticized heavily the previous administration, even on this program. Part of the allegations, it had against the previous administration of Abdullah Ganduje back then was corruption, diversion of public funds, and sale of government properties. Part of those properties include schools, mosques, even graveyards. And right now, your governor has gone to join the same party, the same person he criticized. What changed?
Well, let me start by saying thank you very much for inviting me to join the conversation. And then about the criticism that the governor had before joining the APC. Yes, of course, governor criticized the former government of APC led by Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. But the reason why now the governor defected to APC was clearly stated in the letter that he wrote to the NNPP ward that is in ISO. He categorically stated that the reason why he is defecting to his moving away from the NNPP is because of the intra-party wranglings, the crisis engulfed in the party for some time, and it's not safe to stay there because it's like he's going to lose the votes of the people, and then the mandates given to him is going to be quashed away because of the possible court rulings. At the moment, there are two court rulings, that gave it to the other faction of the NNPP, Dr. Boniface faction.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. We're pretty much aware of the internal crisis within the NNPP and the reason Mr. Governor did give. Most governors that are defecting to the ruling party right now usually say that. I mean, it's not exclusive to the Kano State governor, but he could have as well defected to another party. We saw what happened in Osun State. He didn't go to the APC. He went to a different party. So I still go back to my question, why the APC? And do you think that with everything he has said about the previous administration of Alhaji Ganduje, Alhaji Ganduje might deserve an apology now from him? Do you think that should be the case?
Go on for saying why APC. APC has this central government, and then we like to get more consolidation of gains for the people of Kano State in terms of projects, in terms of other benefits that the people will benefit from the federal government. We have started seeing that there was one road that has been, in the minds of the government of Kano State that has started called Wujuju Road. Federal government now has awarded that contract about 47 billion. So these are the kind of things that we are expecting, we are hoping, and we believe and we are confident there are more projects that are coming to the people, there are more dividends of democracy that are coming to the people of Kano State. That is why moving to APC and the criticizing APC in the past. Yes, there are really anomalies in that government in the past, but we believe the
We seem to, of course, have a bit of connectivity issues with Mohammed there, Mr. Mohammed. Once we have him back, we'll definitely bring him on. But let me come back to you, Abdul Dambature. Abdul, if you can hear me.
Very clear, Mr. Depo.
All right. So let me, of course, also ask you what you make of this defection. I mean, this is a government that in the past heavily criticized the administration of Alhaji Ganduje. And right now, is going to join his party, and even Alhaji Ganduje is promising him a second term, automatic ticket. And so people are asking questions as to issues of integrity in politics.
Thank you very much, Mr. Depo. But as for me, the defection of Mr. Depo, Mr. Abba Yusuf of Kano State, he did it on a personal ground. He did it because of his personal interest, not because of the masses, not because of Kano State, not because of the people, and not because of the youth. The reason why I say so, I think I disagree. Well, let me say I would disagree with Mr. Abdullahi when he said Mr. Abba Yusuf defeated because he wants to align with the center. Let me call your attention, Mr. Depo. You all know Tinubu has been governor of Lagos. When he was a governor of Lagos, he is in opposition. But at that very point, what is the condition of Lagos? Lagos has been benefiting, and there is a lot of development in Lagos. Is Mr. Abdullahi trying to tell us that you cannot do well when you are in opposition, government, when you are in opposition, or federal, you will not be having federal allocation when you are in opposition? I think that is not what Mr. Abdullahi should come here and tell the masses, because we are in a modern world. We are in a new era whereby everybody know what is happening.
All right, I'll come back to you. Abdul, sorry to interrupt you. I know you have a lot to say. I sincerely apologize. You're trying to also manage time. Let me bring into this conversation Abdullahi Sidi Ali, as a member of the APC and a member of the Presidential Campaign Council. It's great to have you. Thank you for your time, Abdullahi. All right. Let me, of course, say this must be one of the best of times for the All Progressives Congress. It appears governors and political figures seem to be flocking and moving to your party in droves. What are you offering them? Okay, we seem to be having audio issues there, trying to connect with Abdullahi Sidi Ali. Once we have him back, we'll definitely bring him on. I'll come back to you, Mr. Abdullahi, if you can hear me. But let me go back to Mr. Mohammed. You were trying to establish a point before we lost, connection there. But my question to you was, you said that the reason for the governor's defection is to align with the center and get benefits. So while you are in the opposition, why are you deprived of these benefits?
Speaking, I cannot say defy completely, but from 2 to 3 years now, you cannot listen lots of projects, the giant projects in Kano State, and then if you look at now that we have been aligning with the center, as I cited an example of that Wujuju Road, it has been approved and they have started the work already, 47 billion into Kano. So we hope and we are confident that more projects will come to Kano State. And this politics is about people, and I heard the last speaker saying that the governor is just on his own interest that he moved to the APC. No, it's not true. The governor has the people at heart. If you look at the projects that he has been executing, that shows that he has people at heart, and all the projects he's executing are people-centered, oriented projects. So that means that to say that the governor has people at heart, it's not that it is based on his own personal gains, personal interest that he moved to APC.
All right. Maybe I should just quickly ask this follow-up too. So what happens to the Kwakwansia movement? Because we know that Mr. Governor rolled on the back of that movement to become the governor of the state. And of course, we also understand that the governor and the Kwakwansia, of course, that's Senator Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, is of course the leader of that movement, and he has a strong relationship with him. So what becomes of the Kwakwansia movement now? Will it change from wearing the red cap to I don't know, Nigerians just want to know all of these things. Are you still a member of the Kwakwansia movement?
Look at my cap. I have a red cap on my head, and Kwakwansia, let me explain.
I think we, of course, have a bit of connectivity issues here, trying to... okay, I think we have you back.
No.
We lost you for a moment. Please, I'd like you to pick up. We lost you. I would like you to pick up. I asked, are you still a member of the Kwakwansia movement?
Not a political party. It is a movement, and the movement is aligning with the redeeming the populace, talking about the poor people. How could they improve how could you improve their lives? What could you do to make them happy? That's about Kwakwansia. So we are still having that in our minds, that we need to do something that the poor people will be happy with the government. That's why the governor, I said earlier on, that he has been doing a lot of projects that are people-oriented projects that are centered, touching the life of people. If you look at different sectors of the governance, you see a lot of progress. We have, if you come to Kano, you see a lot of, changes in road construction, infrastructure development, healthcare development, all these kind of things are for the poor people.
All right.
So, Kwakwansia is
all right, definitely. I think you've been able to clear the air on that. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, the show continues. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Of course, we are still watching Politics HQ, and we're looking into Kano politics, where the governor recently did defect from the NNPP to the All Progressives Congress. I still have my guest, but joining the conversation right now is Abdullah Sidi Ali. He's a member of the APC and a member of the Presidential Campaign Council. It's great to have you, Abdullah Ali. All right, let me start by asking you, Mr. Ali, what is the APC offering these governors? Because we are seeing a gale of defection, from their party to the All Progressives Congress. What are you giving them?
Thank you for having me on this platform, and I'm very grateful for inviting me and having me here. Actually, in democracy, there is one thing people always forget. Democracy is a game of how can I even say? It's not a dictatorship. It's a game of interest, but much more interest than interest of your people and beyond your own interests. I think so. The governors who are defecting to the APC or leaving their own party or their own platform that lifts them from where they are to the APC, definitely it might be they are having some issues within their party, and they are coming to APC in order to gain coalition and alliance with the center in order for them to get many things that people didn't even know. Because we have been seeing meetings with the governors, them and the president, which indeed they didn't used to publicize it. We only see the public pictures. So specifically, I'm not working in the villa, I'm not in the corridor of power, I'm just a member of APC. I cannot identify or I cannot specify what actually is normally push the governors from their own background party to the central party. I can't actually give you one answer on that. It's only them that know what's in their heart, and we only see what is reality.
Okay, maybe you might be able to give me a direct answer on this one, since you're a member of the Presidential Campaign Council. Let's talk about the performance of the APC so far. Next year, we are looking at a general election. Do you think your party can still amass support and votes, particularly in the North, given the current realities of Nigerians?
Looking at the situation of Nigeria and looking at what is happening now and looking at what is actually happening in the country, based on the economy, based on the fuel subsidy removal, based on the these tax reforms, based on the more political gladiators that are going to push out. I cannot specific or go straight to say that my party is going to win a 2027 election just because I don't want to be subjective. I want to be objective, looking at how the country is. I'm a true partisan member and a card-carrying member of APC. That's my party, and I have full support of my party. But when it comes to talk the truth, I may talk the truth. The gladiators in the north or the politician in the north has already shows the people how the negative side is much more than the positive side. As my father or brother from Kano State, who I just heard him, Mr. Abdullah, my namesake, who spoke before me, I heard him telling about one which was already financed for over 47 billion. I didn't even ever heard about it, but it's only here in this meeting that I know. You know, these are part of the positive development that the central government have been giving to the states, to the local levels, but you can never ever hear them in public. And there are millions of these programs that were established, but you won't hear it out, even though you know that the Southerners much more than Southwest having the popularity in terms of media, but the media is very low in terms of publicizing public things. They prefer to go for negative things that will I think I will come in here.
I'm sorry. You said the media is mostly publicizes negative things. I think that is not true. The media only reflects what is happening. We don't cook up stories, at least for News Central. I can tell you that for sure.
I didn't mean all what you people are doing is negative. It's the nature of human being. It's the nature of life. If something bad happened, people always advertise for that and people go for that. Something good, if it's happening, people never ever watch it very well. There are few intellectual and technocrats who actually goes for the how can I even call it, for the positive impacts. So looking this based on the propagandas, based on how the politics of Nigeria is since 1960 when we gained independence, or since native authority, or since 1963 when we became republic, we've been seeing many negative impact of the government. If you look at the history books, if you look at the petition,
Mr. Ali, because I really need to know. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I know you have a lot to say.
That's what I mean. So based on how we are going, the media must prefer well. I'm not talking about you media, the APC media, and the people working with the president must work hard and tremendously to show the country what is going on ground and what they are doing to the masses and what they are doing to the governors, and the governors are going to the APC.
Okay.
Not for them to only be guiding or protecting the image of their superiors. They have to show the country first and the achievement first. They have to expand it and they have to times it, and they have to say it in various angles. Not let me remind you something. In the Christmas day, which unfortunately
it's interesting. I would say that your objective angle, even though you had to do a bit of hard hitting on your party, is pretty much different and unique. But let me move away from that from you quickly and come back to, of course, the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Kano State. Thank you for staying with me, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed. Now, before we go on our next break, just quickly, now that the government or the governor has moved to the APC, in 30 seconds, what next?
About good things to Kano people. I just want to use this opportunity to announce that this evening the governor announced that the federal government is going to execute a project of a intercity rail of about 1 trillion naira. So we are talking about the people of Kano State, not the interests of the governor alone, just about the populace, what will bring development in Kano State, like what the governor has been doing.
All right, thank you very much. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be taking our final thoughts. Do stay with us. We will be right back. Many thanks for staying with us. We are at the final lap of the show tonight. But before we go, in 30 seconds, I'd like, of course, to come back to you. That's Abdullahi Dambature. Your final thoughts. In the coming weeks, what do you predict of Kano politics in 30 seconds?
Based on my thinking, if Abba Yusuf, the Kano state, is not careful with his action, with his approach, with his way of leadership, Abba Yusuf, I think he will end up as the worst governor in Kano state. The reason why I said so is because it's high time we, the youth, most especially the northern Nigerian youth, it's high time we hold our leaders or our governors accountable of what is happening in the leadership of Nigeria today. When Mr. Abdullahi said Abba Yusuf moved to APC because he wanted to benefit more from the center, does that mean when he was not in APC, he has not been benefiting from federal government allocation, or he has not been benefiting from most of the federal government activities? No. Let me tell you something that everybody needs to know. The president that we have today, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he has been a governor of Lagos under ACN. And at that very moment, the economy of Lagos has grown up. When you come to infrastructure, everything has grown up perfectly. And that's what qualified Bola Ahmed Tinubu to be president today.
All right, that's
based on the legacy he has in Lagos.
But we are trying to, of course, manage time. And I would like the chief press secretary to the governor to respond to something you said. You said he might end up being the worst governor. What do you have to say, sir? Just in 30 seconds. A rebuttal. All right. I think we of course, couldn't quite get some of the things that you said. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you gentlemen. Abdullahi, I'm told that they can still spare a few seconds, right? So maybe in 30 seconds, your final thoughts on this. Abdullahi Ali, 30 seconds, please.
Yes, I'm with you. Are you with me? Are you hearing me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, what I will say in these 30 seconds pertaining my state politics, Kano, and my party, APC, I will encourage the governor, since he has joined the party, to go and know how he could follow his own leaders and his own people at the same time, the people who brought him and the people who helped him to go where is he now. He's supposed to go and amalgamate with them, see how he's going to move the state forward. Forget about anything pertaining criticism and any self-interest statements and self-interest policies. He's supposed to sit and think well, bring the Kano map, political map, and put Kano on political drawing board, amalgamate all the oppositions together to move the state forward. The governor should know that someone being in APC or NNPP or ABGA or Labour Party, if he's an indigene of Kano, his own security and his own government benefit is with the 001. So the governor is supposed to be careful, and he is supposed to do what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to do anything positive to see the state has moved forward in life. That's my own take in these seconds.
All right, thank you, Abdullahi Ali. I'm coming back to you, Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed. We lost you. We really could not hear your response. But I would like you to recap. Someone on the panel did say that if Mr. Governor is not careful, he might end up being the worst governor in Kano State. Please, I'd like you to respond to that. And the fact that right now, apparently the governor has an automatic second-term ticket on the platform of the APC. I think you are muted. Please, we would like you to unmute your device. You are muted, sir.
Now.
Okay, we're good to go. We can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Yes, excellent. What I said is I don't agree with what you say that the Kano State governor may likely to be the worst governor in Nigeria. No, honestly speaking, the governor has been performing even before joining the APC. That we believe that more projects will come to Kano. I just announced that 1 trillion project is coming. This evening, the governor announced that. And these are the things that we are hoping. We are praying that things will come. And with regards to the saying that the governor has to be very careful, yes, of course, even the yesterday events of the defection depicted that the all heads were pushed together. You know, all the political gladiators across all these 3 senatorial zones are putting heads together to make Kano more great, more prosperous. So I believe very, very good things will come to Kano, like we have been praying, and we have been confident in that.
What is the relationship of the governor right now with Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso?
Yeah, this definitely. The relationship is good. There has never been a feud. It is only the political differences. You know, the relationship of
we seem to be having a bit of connectivity issues there. But Dan Bature, thank you so much. But before I let you go, you said quite a number of things. I would like you to speak in lieu of 2027 politics for Northern youths. Do you think that there might be a paradigm shift? 30 seconds. Did you get my question?
Please come again. The network, I didn't get.
In lieu of 2027
No.
general elections, for Northern youths, do you see a paradigm shift?
Definitely, let me use this message to send to our youth, most especially the northern Nigerian youth. If really we will not hold our leaders, our governors accountable, responsible for what is happening today with we, the northern youth, will always have problems. Because as it is today, you see our leaders keep on shifting from one place to another, claiming and pretending to be a messiah today, and at the end of the day, you see them in another position. The reason why all this thing happen is because we don't hold our leaders accountable. The only thing that Abba Yusuf can empower the youth in Kano State the day before yesterday, before his defection, is motorcycle. Imagine a world governor giving the youth motorcycle. At it is today, what are we going to do with a motorcycle with a state like Kano State? The Kano State have budget. Abba Yusuf have one of the most highest budget in Kano. He has almost 1.470 something trillion.
All right, this is the beat. Abdul Dambature, I know you have a lot to say, but this is the beat time will permit. Thank you so much for your time, gentlemen. Abdul Dambature is the president of the Arawa Youth Assembly for Good Leadership. Of course, Mohammed Mustafa is the chief press secretary to the governor, joining virtually, and Abdullahi Sidi Ali is a member of the All Progressives Congress and member of the Presidential Campaign Council. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having us.
All right. This, of course, is where we close shop. In case you missed out, you can catch up on our YouTube platform. That's at News Central TV. You can also choose to follow us on social media. The handle is there on your screen. You can choose to follow me personally at Dakbo, at Digboye. Until I come your way tomorrow, up next is Tonight.